Welcome to the Leadership TKO podcast, your source of strategies and insight to make you a winning leader. With no further ado, here is your host, Lakeisha McKnight.
All right, everybody, Lakeisha McKnight is here. I want to welcome you once again to the Leadership TKO, the Night Show via podcast. So glad to be here on this lovely, lovely day. It's 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just to let you know what time it is, whether we're live, whether this is a recording you are listening to. But thank you so very much for being here and being connected to the Night Show. And again, it's 9:00, actually 9:01 as we speak. It's Wednesday, November 22nd here in Chesapeake, Virginia, here within the United States of America. Now, it could, of course, be early morning where you are right now. But we just want to say we appreciate you. We thank you so very much on behalf of my team. We thank you. So before I dive into any specifics at this particular time, what I am going to do at this very moment is I am going to invite some people who are connected to us on Facebook. I'm going to invite them in. Okay. So again, let's go ahead and do this. All right. So let's go ahead and invite people from the timeline, my timeline on to, here we go. Perfect. Okay. We're going to invite them to join us. So I'm just going to go ahead and type in join me now as I am live. Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right. So if you're listening, feel free, of course, to invite people to listen in to this particular episode on today. We're talking about leadership development. So if you really want to enhance your leadership, whether man or woman, actually, even though we may be directing it to a specific sex for this episode, understand it still can be beneficial for the opposite sex as well. So we just shared it on my timeline. I am going to share it in maybe two more groups. Okay. 2 more groups I'm going to invite on. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, so that's one of the groups there. And I'm going to invite the other group to listen in. Let's go ahead and do that. Here we go. Okay, we're finding it really quickly, which is awesome. Okay, awesome. All right, here we go there. And there's yet, of course, I want to definitely invite people who are connected to me on my fan page to join in. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. Go ahead and do it. Let's see. Here we go. Perfecto. We're doing that. You to want to take out a notepad and a pen just in case you want to take some notes, right? You feel free to do that. We're using the Spreaker platform to go live on. So that means that if you saw the link and you were invited in, you can hit the heart button next to the title on the Spreaker platform. And that lets us know that you can hear us correctly. It lets us know that you've enjoyed what you've heard. And so that's just a good way of letting us know that you're here. Now, another way to let us know that you're here is we also have a chat feature so that when I'm live, you can ask a question or you can leave a comment. But if you don't do that, I won't know that you're here. So it doesn't matter what language you speak in. We invite you to always leave a comment if you're not shy. And if you feel the urge to ask a question, feel free to do so. Okay. We also want to say that we appreciate each and every one of you from various continents. We realize that over the last month, there have been 5 continents that this particular brand, and I'm going to go into that in a moment, but this particular brand has reached. We've reached countries in Europe. We've reached countries in Africa. We reached countries, of course, the United States, right? We've done that, as well as South America, right? Mexico, more specifically. And then we've also reached Australia. So we're just appreciative of what God is doing, allowing us to have expansion, growth, and sowing value into the lives of people all around the world. Now, please realize that the Night Show is one of 2 podcasts that we have here. The other podcast is called the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast. It's a podcast for women. It goes live every Tuesday and Wednesday at 8 o'clock o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So feel free to come by, drop by, let us know that you're listening in, that you can hear us clearly. We're going to be adding more details about that podcast onto the Leadership TKO radio station's the actual website for the station. Okay. Now, if you haven't visited our website for the station, it's okay. We know we haven't put it out there like that, but if you want to check it out, it's leadershiptkostation.com, leadershiptkostation.com. All right, so you can look it up there, but we're using the Spreaker platform. Now, I can tell you that the station is one of many subdivisions of the Leadership TKO brand, because there are various subdivisions, or I should say categories, that let you know which people we're serving. Okay, so for example, we have Leadership TKO for authors, Leadership TKO for speakers. So it goes accordingly. Okay. And follow. Okay. And one of the things that we do overall is that we enhance the leadership potential of all humanity. That's what we do. We enhance the leadership potential of all humanity. So if you do want to learn more about the iLead company, you want to learn more about maybe some of the other things we do in other countries, you can check out our website, and that's www.ileadcompany.com. And again, that's ILEAD company.com. Now, what is a winning leader? Let's go into that, and then we'll dive right into the topic at hand. A winning leader is one or a person who has the resources, instructions, drive to lead themselves and others well in such a way that transformation occurs and legacy creation becomes inevitable. Let me read that one more time for you so you can understand. A winning leader is someone who has the resources, they have the instructions, and they have the drive. Because you can have resources, you can have instructions, but if you don't have the drive, it's not going to happen. So they have the drive to lead themselves and others well, very well. There's great value there on that site. So feel free, of course, to check it out. We do want to recognize and highlight, of course, anyone that's listening in live that's indicated that they're live in here. And we want to say hello to Sandra Sakbanu. Right, Sandra Sakbanu. She's definitely one of the leaders, a part of one of the subdivisions, which is Leadership TKO for women. Okay, that subdivision houses a wonderful campaign, and I am going to share more information about that campaign in just a few moments. But first, I want to say more about matter. But this woman is indeed driven. Okay, this woman is indeed driven. So go ahead and let me know if you can still hear me. Okay, go ahead and confirm. We just got a little bit of a notice that says that there could have been some audio issues. So we want to go ahead and confirm if you can hear okay. So go ahead and do that. Let us know whether you can still hear us. It says that we're live, but we want to confirm because we don't want to keep going and our audio is not well. So if you can hear us, go ahead and let me know if you can hear me more specifically here still on the platform. And once I get the A-OK, and I believe, of course, Sandra was listening in. So Sandra, if you're listening in and if you can still hear me, go ahead and confirm that you can hear me and I will keep going. Okay, awesome. All right, great. Thank you so much, Sandra. So again, everyone, we talk about this self-driven type of woman, this trait on the blog, and we encourage you to go visit the blog. And you can do this by clicking on the link or entering the link that's going to be in the description area of this episode. Normally about an hour and a half after we're live with this broadcast, we post and insert some links and helpful information in the description area. So we would love for you to go back, right, in the description area, check it out, visit some of the links that we're referencing in this episode so that you can grow as a leader. Besides, we understand that you can't become successful as a mom. You cannot become successful as a corporate professional or a business professional if you're not consistently working on your leadership and enhancing your leadership. So please go forward. Please work on this as often as you can. And one way of doing that is by staying connected here to the Leadership TKO Night Show. Okay, you will not be disappointed because if you're new and you're listening to this, you can go ahead and just mark it down in your calendar. We're here from Sunday, That's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure that you convert your time very well so that you know what time that we're here live according to where you are in the world. Okay, so be sure to do that. Also, please note, we're going to also include the video version of today's message inside of the description area. So just in case you are a visual learner and you want to watch the video, we're going to also insert that link in the description area of this podcast episode. Also, I do want to share that we're going to be doing some amazing things in 2018. One thing I can tell you that we're going to be doing in 2018 is we're going to be dedicating every month to a leadership truth. So there are 12 months in a year. And the foundation of this brand is based on 12 truths. And so every month, we're going to focus specifically on one truth. Okay. That way you can delve deep into this information. Okay. So every month, starting in the month of January, we're going to talk about each truth from the foundational book, Leadership TKO. So if you have not grabbed your copy of Leadership TKO and you want to do that just to follow along, go ahead and get it. You can either go to the website, leadershiptkO.com, and it will tell you if you want an Amazon version book, you can go ahead and click on the button on that site and it will take you to Amazon, to where the book is on Amazon. But if you want an autographed copy of the book, right? You want a special message that I would insert in the book, and it's not some generic message. I will pray and I will ask God to give me what it is that He wants me to write inside of your specific book. And we will send your book to the address that you've entered for your registration form. Okay. So feel free to do that. Again, that's leadershiptko.com, where you can go ahead and get your copy of the foundational book. Please note that also on Wednesdays, we try to give little tidbits about marketing on this day. So, of course, you do know that with Leadership TKO, this radio station, we, this station alone has put this brand on the map like crazy, right? And it's just amazing what it has done for me. And I know what it's going to be doing for many others. And here's why I say for many others. I'm going to do something radical. Yeah, nothing crazy that's going to probably land me in some type of jail. That's not going to be like that. It's going to be something legal. I'm going to do something radical, something that I don't often do. Yeah, something that I don't often do. And it's going to be for 5 specific people. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to post it on my timeline. If we're not connected on Facebook, I invite you to do that. You know, the iLead Company, we love to give back. There are various ways in which we give back. And, you know, we've given back through our magazine by cutting in half the price. Like if you want to get a write-up in our magazine, it's not $97 at this particular time until Friday. It's $40 only. So if you want to write up in the magazine until Friday at 11:59 p.m., the cost is only $40. And we're going to post the link for purchasing. So we're going to make a special registration form for those who want to get an article in the winter 2017 issue. If you want to get a write-up of your business or anything like that, it's just $40 only. So if you want one of those 10 slots that's available, it's only 10 available until Friday, you either can reply on this platform, the Spreaker platform, or send me an inbox message on Facebook and we will reserve your spot for you. Okay. But the other radical thing that we're going to be doing is something a little crazy, right? Because here's the thing. Normally what we do is we have like a 6-month contract, and in order to be a host on the station, you have to pay about $300, which is really nothing to be a host on the station. But we're going to be doing something a little crazy. Yeah, just a tad bit crazy. And we're gonna let you know what that is, but you definitely have to be following along on my fan page. And it has to make sense, of course, to the company, but at the same time, we're going to be doing this only, of course, we want you to grow. We want you to market what it is that you do, because it is, of course, a part of this day is about marketing, and we want to help you to market your business and your services relatively well. So follow along on my timeline to get a little sneak peek about what this craziness is all about. All right. And so the last thing that I am going to note here is that, as I was saying before, we started a campaign that began at the beginning of this year. It's called the Born to Lead Global Women's Leadership Campaign. And this is a campaign for women around the world. Of course, you have to be about 18 and up. And what we do is we build leaders from women. It's a personal and professional development platform for corporate, for moms, and for business leaders. We're not singling out any type of mom. We're calling for grandmoms. We're calling for moms. We're calling for military female professionals. Listen, all of those type of women is who we serve, a part of this campaign. So you could become a strong, winning leader. And so what we're doing is we're letting people know about this opportunity because it allows you to get life skills mentorship. You're also able to get business and leadership training. Right. And this is detailed training. We're not talking about stuff, that's fluff, because as we're transitioning into 2018, we're going to include more detailed, scheduled training. So you're going to have scheduled training every month. For 2018, every month, members of the campaign are going to get privy. They're going to get access to one, of course, leadership training and one business training per month. Isn't that amazing? One leadership training, one business training per month. So get ready for that. Now, of course, granted, let me just go ahead and say this. It may not be free starting in 2018. All right. So for members, for example, you would only have to pay like $5 or $10 because you're a member. But for those who are not, if you're not a member of the campaign, you probably have to pay about $30 or $40. But you'll see about that once we transition into 2018. This is why we encourage you to become a member. That way, you get to take advantage of the perks of being a member, only having to pay $5 or $10 for training. Okay. All right. And then for those of you who become leaders in the campaign, right, you get to benefit financially from that because you get to make a commission from the people that you recommend to join and become a member of the campaign. So we talk a lot about this, about the perks and all these things during our mentorship session that happens on Mondays at 8:00. All right. So go ahead, fill out the registration form. The place where you can find the registration form is www.born2lead2018.com. Again, it's born2lead2018.com. So that's BORNTOLEAD 2018.com. So that's the website you would want to go to get registered. It's actually free to be a member, and it's free for life skills mentorship. That's free. But the business and the leadership training, of course, that we're going to restart in 2018, there's going to be a little bit of a fee for that. Okay. So it's just a heads up. We're actually creating the schedule right now. We're also in the process of electing new leaders that's going to carry out and lead the campaign in 2018. So if you decide to learn about how you can be a leader in this campaign, you have to be a member first, number one. And then if you've been with us from the very beginning, or if you believe you have the leadership skills to lead this campaign, we invite you to apply to become a torch bearer. All right. So that's just some of the things I wanted to share with you tonight. I appreciate you for being here and listening in to this episode on today. Remember, come back so that you can listen and actually get your hands upon the links that I've mentioned in this episode. Tomorrow, of course, is a very special day. It's a holiday here in the United States, and you may be celebrating it in other countries around the world. But we're going to do something a little bit special. And we may give away something special tomorrow. Okay. And so because on Thursdays, we dedicate Thursdays to speaking. So if you have an interest in professional speaking, you definitely want to get, connected and stay here. We may go live for a short period of time here on the station here. We may not be here extremely long, but we want to be consistent. And we want to do what we should be doing, which is sowing value. Holidays, yes, it's a holiday. Spend time with family and friends. We do get it. But our podcast is at 9:00. So, we're going to continue with the flow. All right. So again, we appreciate you. We thank you so very much. And of course, until we come together again, which will be tomorrow at 9:00, I do encourage each and every one of you to think, to speak, and to live leadership.
Thanks for listening to the Leadership TKO podcast. To continue the conversation of how to take your leadership from good to great, visit www.leadershiptko.com.